Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shem Shai, Waharakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, and all his brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is gonna be a video going into the thing of keeping your, not just keeping your mind steady, but getting prepared, all right, for what's coming out here, all right. And it ain't gonna be no easy thing that we're gonna be doing right here, okay. The scripture talks about it's gonna be an hour of temptation. I'll start with that scripture. Okay, an hour of temptation. And pretty much when you have a situation where that's, like an hour of temptation type situation that's gonna come up on the whole earth, then you gotta think, why would the Lord have it written in that fashion, and what the potential things that's gonna be happening, and how are you gonna be able to conduct yourself in such a way as you make it. And ultimately what it comes down to, man, you gotta pray to the Lord that you're gonna be delivered. All right, because the scripture says the Lord's gonna deliver his men. You gotta pray, you gotta be one of the Lord's men. All right. And I might even title this I don't know what title I'm gonna give this. I'll go in the spirit as I'm speaking these scriptures and then title it. But one thing that comes to mind is having a strong stomach. Okay, having a strong mind. All right, because look, man, you got family. Man, the Most High could take your family, man. Okay, and that could be your temptation. All right, this is gonna be a thing where you got the RFID chip, mark of the beast, being implemented out here. All right, there's gonna be situations where food ain't gonna be so readily available. All right, you got this thing out here within Britain, this Brexit. All right, nobody not really knows what the outcome's gonna be. They got the outcome coming in a couple of minutes. All right, whether they're gonna have a no deal or whatever. But pretty much, we're going into times of difficulty, man. Okay, times of trouble. All right, that's why it was known as the time of Jacob's trouble. I'm gonna get that scripture in a second. That's why it was known as the time of Jacob's trouble, because when you're thinking about trouble, you're not thinking about an easy task that you're gonna have to do. All right, let's say you play basketball. I like basketball. All right, when you say someone was trouble to defend, that wasn't an easy thing to overcome. But it is possible to overcome, and it is possible to overcome if Yahweh Shem Shai is with you. That's why you gotta pray every day that the Most High is with you, man. You gotta, like the elders say, the apostles say, you gotta develop a personal relationship, right, with you and the Most High. Okay, you gotta acknowledge your flaws. All right, that keeps you distant from the Most High, because everybody's got flaws. Okay, you might be predisposed to particular temptations, man. Okay, it might be women. Okay, it might be the world, money. Okay, it could be anything. Okay, it could be your children. Your children might be spending an exorbitant amount of time so-called raising your family, and that could be choking the word. It could be anything, man. Okay, you gotta really come to some honest conclusions and pray to the Most High that it doesn't choke the word. Okay, you gotta pray to the Most High that you don't get distracted. You gotta pray to the Most High if it is your family that's quote, and I'm gonna say quote unquote, because you gotta take care of your family. All right, if it's your family that's slowing you down, you gotta pray Yahweh Shem Shai give you balance, man. Okay, if you got nothing but bad women in your life, you gotta pray the Most High gives you women that's gonna be right for the times that we're living in right now. Okay, this ain't no time where you wanna be having difficulties that are gonna slow you down within this truth. Okay, you got a particular job that's slowing down the truth. Maybe you gotta change that job, man. Okay, maybe you gotta work for yourself. Maybe you gotta put yourself in the best possible position. I'm not telling you what to do. You gotta decide that between you and the Most High. All right, that's why I said you gotta develop a personal relationship with Yahweh Shem Shai, where you acknowledge your weaknesses, your flaws, whatever you're predisposed to doing, and then pray to the Most High that He gives you a way out of that, so it doesn't choke the word, so it doesn't overcome the word, man. Okay, so it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right, wherewith you was out here pushing this word, because let's be honest about it, we all have so-called lives. And therefore, by having life, you have a particular lifestyle that you have, a style of life that you have. All right, whatever style of life that you have, there's things within every man's life that could choke, that could take the word, man. All right, but you gotta keep the word of the more size patience out. And the scripture says that you also keep you in the hour of temptation. Meaning to say, you was doing the required videos. Okay, you was doing whatever it took to make it out of this. All right, you was doing whatever it took to make it out of this kingdom. I got the hiccups. Excuse me. All right. And that's an important thing, because the scripture says that the Lord was going to keep you in the hour of temptation. Remember, the objective is not just to make it to the end. The objective is to make it through, man. Okay, to be one of the founding forefathers of the kingdom of the Most High is going to set up. Okay, that's what's at stake here. What's at stake here is bigger than anything that's going on in anybody's immediate life, man. Okay, that's why the price is so high for it. Okay, so it says, I'll keep from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world, right, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, and behold, I come quickly, right. Hold that fast which thou hast, that thou no man take thy crown. Because that's why I said that's what's at stake here, man. And I might call the video that what's at stake here is your crown. Okay, that's what's at stake. That's what you're working for. When you're out here and you're so-called going through tribulations, you're going through tribulations on an express account of your crown, man. That's why you're going through that situation. And it says that in him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go at no man, and he shall go no more out, and I'll write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh out of the heavens, right, from Yahweh, and I will write upon him my new name. Okay, so that's pretty much that precept. Okay, let me get the next precept, the book of Revelations 2:25. Okay, Revelations 2:25, and says, but that which ye have already hold fast until I come. So we've been given the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the scripture says that what? Hold fast, hold on to it until he comes, man. Okay, you gotta hold tight to this truth, man. That's the most important thing. And that's why I was saying you gotta develop a personal relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to the end that you don't lose this truth, man. When you check out when different men, okay, was catching hell. Okay, Job comes to mind. The scripture says, remember Job, and the end of Job was what? Basically to overcome. All right, when you check those situations out, the men there, they always had a way, okay, a particular way they communicated with the Most High, man. Okay, they didn't have some distant, okay, aloof relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They had what you would call a close and personal relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and they prayed through those situations. And that's what you're gonna have, man. You can't be in a situation where you're just catching hell, okay, and then you're catching hell and you're just distant from the power, man. Those are the positions that you're supposed to be praying in. Okay, those are the situations that you're going to be praying in, and how much more so the time of Jacob's trouble, man. So that what? So you was going to overcome. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So the Lord was going to give you power. That's what's at stake, man. Okay, the rulership of the world is what is at stake. You go to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, what is it, the 7th verse, right? If this be if this city was given unto a man for inheritance, okay, how will he get to that inheritance if he doesn't pass that the danger set before him? Also, too, the book of Matthew said the enter ye at the straight gates, for broad is the way that leadeth unto destruction. Okay, so this is the narrow, somewhat lonely path, but you got the brothers around you, man. Okay, and the brothers is basically, the brothers is what keeps you going. You speak to the brothers, and you're supposed to have brothers around you that was going to keep you up, that was going to have you back on point, man. Okay, guide you back to being on point. All right, so continuing, it says, and he that keepeth he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Right, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken. right? Even as I receive of my Father. So pretty much that's what's at stake. The crown, the rulership of the world is what's at stake. And if you don't pass the dangers, then your ass is gonna be grass, man. Okay, so those words of edification. With that, I'm gonna say, "Oh, praise unto Yahweh, Shemi outside Wahara Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles, of great millstone. Honor your brothers to be pushing the truth and sincerity." Shalom.